Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Brunch and BS. I am jendotcohen, your host, and welcome in for another Sunday of fun. So, yesterday, of course, was Valentine's Day. So, my topic for today is a love hangover. I want to do a debrief and a debunk about it. So, basically, just a post game analysis of Valentine's Day. Things like what we expected versus what we got, best and worst Valentine's text messages, candy clearance strategy 101, and did you get flowers or a group text? So we can delve into that and see how everyone's Valentine's Day went. It's great that folks are starting to funnel in. The first one in the chat today was Mr. Eddie Lugo. Yo, yo, yo. Brooklyn is in the house. Hey, Eddie, how are you this morning? Great to have you. And Shannon Marsden saying hi, good morning. Hello, my love. Hearts to you. And Danny Dizzle, the award-winning super mod, is also here with a yo. So great that you guys have found your way in. I appreciate it so much. And who else? Oh, Cruising Chris M is here. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. So we can talk a little bit about our topic and really whatever else comes up. So I did want to talk about like expectations of Valentine's Day versus what we got. Now, I will be honest, I was expecting nothing because Chef Todd actually he was out of town Thursday and Friday, home on Saturday, and has left again this morning for another business trip. So I was not expecting anything at all. He very sweetly surprised me with flowers, which I love, and they are beautiful. So that was extremely sweet of him. So he actually exceeded my expectations for Valentine's Day. The other thing that we got to do is our granddaughter slept over last night, and we took her out for dinner to a sushi restaurant that we hadn't tried before. It was great, and she had a terrific time. So it was nice to spend it with her. Really, a lot of these things are kind of more about family and the grandkids than they really are about us. But I appreciate that. And Jen, of course, I appreciate that too, Eddie. Thank you so much for that. It really was a nice way to spend the day and to spend the holiday. So even though it is kind of like a Hallmark holiday where we're supposed to buy cards and flowers and candy and all of that stuff. But yes, we had sushi. Well, if you said sushi, I texted you sushi. I said we were thinking about getting sushi. So that we went to a new place. So you were invited, and we would have been happy to have you join us. This place is close to where I live. So if you would like to go one day, Shannon, I'm up for it. So folks are saying hey back and forth to each other, which I so appreciate. And it looks like our Nightbot is running. So this is reminding you to support Helping Hands for Cruising and your Java fix at the same time. So if you already order coffee online, please do it through Giving Bean. That way a portion of your order goes to benefit Helping Hands for Cruising. And you can get it in ground, whole bean, in pods, however you take your coffee, they've got it available. So Nightbot, as I said, is running. So if you would like to drop the link to your YouTube channel, just type in #tribe, TRIBE, and that will drop your YouTube link into the chat. So love that everybody is shouting out and saying hey to each other, which is fantastic. And Bill from Warm Strong Adventures. Good morning, Bill. Good morning to you. And thanks for coming in. I appreciate you being here. And Chris has the right idea. Hashtag tribe. We'll go ahead and drop your link so other folks can find you, find your channel, and find your content. There are other links. There are other hashtags that you can end up going. Oh no, Shannon. I ended up going out in my PJs last night for IHOP. You had said IHOP. I didn't know that you were really going to go ahead and go for it, though. Holy cow. That is funny, my friend. I will have to talk to you after the show is over. So Monica is in joining. Hey, hello, how are you? And good morning to you and Michael. Appreciate you both being here. Hope you are having a great day and that you had a wonderful Valentine's Day. So as I said, I wanted to talk about kind of a debrief of what Valentine's Day was and how it was, what it meant for everyone. So like I said, Chef Todd surprised me with flowers, which was very sweet, and I appreciate so much. But we kept it very low key. We don't typically exchange cards or gifts or anything like that for Valentine's Day. I'm not sure why. It's not a statement or a protest or anything like that. It's just not something that we've typically celebrated. So I was very surprised when he came through with the flowers. So that's awesome. So excellent. Danny is shouting out, Bill. Oh no, it's Mr. Bill. Bill, not Bull. Bull. Yes, I caught that. And good morning to Danny D. Great that you guys are in here. So let's talk about what we expected versus what we got. Or do you have a candy clearance strategy for today? Because let's be honest, the candy is now all on sale. So it's awesome to be able to go out and pick up some candy. So is anyone willing to share what kind of their expectations were for Valentine's Day versus what actually happened? And I know what you mean, Danny, about the autocorrect. It definitely does that. And Shannon's asking, am I the only single person? It's the best way not to be disappointed. That is one way to do it. And Trisha from Trisha Set Sales. Hi, how are you? Thanks so much for coming in this morning. Appreciate it. I don't know that you are the only person who's single here, Shannon, but you already chimed in and said what you had done. You went out for dinner and did so in your jammies, which props to you, my friend. I appreciate that. Is anyone going to go and buy discounted candy today? Because I have a feeling that those heart-shaped boxes are going to be at a severe discount. Oh, and Trisha said, really what I had said, I had no Valentine's Day expectations, and that's what I got. We don't celebrate it usually. We don't either. It's just not one of the holidays that we celebrate. We're much bigger on like birthdays, anniversaries, stuff like that, those milestone things. And Lee from Anfield Road Layout in the Loft, thank you so much for coming in. Great that you are listening as you are working on editing a vlog. I cannot do my editing while I listen into something else. I get too distracted. So good that you are able to multitask. And hope that you are having a good afternoon in the UK. So I know what I wanted to happen. However, I didn't expect it to happen, and my expectations were correct. Okay, so didn't expect it to happen, and it didn't, apparently. So I get that. It is one of those holidays that most people I know either go like all out and do a really big deal and go out for dinner and do flowers and everything like that, or do nothing. So it seems to be like kind of an all or nothing thing. Shannon says, I'll be out with my daughter this afternoon. I need to get a birthday card and a gift card. I will definitely check out the clearance section. Awesome. Let me know if you pick up some heart-shaped candy and give her my love. I haven't seen her in a while. So what else did people think about for Valentine's Day? Or do you have an example of the best or worst Valentine's text messages? So that could be a whole topic in and of itself, if anyone got those. Monica says, I used to despise Valentine's Day, but I love it. It's our first one together. And yes, we want to get discounted candy. Love it. You and Michael should go for it. Did you do anything as far as Lego builds are concerned for the holiday? Because I know you guys love to do the Lego builds. I actually have a couple of the botanicals to build. So I've got those to keep me busy. And yes, I was right. They did do that. So Trisha tries to avoid the candy. I'm down 150 pounds-ish. Good for you. And don't want to gain it back. Save my extra calories for cruising. I can appreciate that, Trisha. That's a huge accomplishment. Good for you. And Chris says she got me a teddy bear. I made homemade hot dog chili, and we finally unpacked from our cruise 2 weeks ago. Good for you, Chris. You know what? I am one who takes a while to unpack. So I can appreciate that. And Monica, I agree. Congratulations, Trisha. That's a major accomplishment. You did roses. Okay, fantastic. Love the Lego roses. I don't have that set yet, but I've got like a wildflower one, and I've got a couple of just the other botanical ones to still put together. So awesome that you were able to accomplish that. That is huge. I am on the path to losing some weight myself, and I know how challenging it definitely is. So Trisha, you posted a photo on your community page. Shameless bragging. Good for you. That's not, you should be bragging. I absolutely appreciate that. And Danny loves Legos too. Fantastic. A lot of adults still are really into Legos and still love doing Legos. I actually also like the show that's been on, Lego Masters, where they do competitions for different builds, because those are so creative. I typically buy a set and put it together according to the instructions. These people, like on Lego Masters, build completely from scratch, from the ground up. They just do what they imagine, and it is amazing what they come up with. It is absolutely amazing. And Trisha, I will go back to what you were saying about shameless bragging. I don't think it's shameless bragging. I think that it is something where you're sharing a milestone that you accomplished and a new chapter that you've entered. I lost a lot of weight and got back to like goal weight in about 7 years ago, in 2019. And I still find pictures of myself from back then, and I'm like, wow, I've found the weight again. So we will see how that goes. So Shannon says, I mentioned this on Down Under Cruisers. My first husband surprised me once with a special flower bouquet and a framed poem. Both used the letters of my name. S is for super, H is for height. Oh, that's really cool. That's a good one. And Michael got Monica flowers, a Lego roses set, lush body care stuff, made me a nice steak dinner, and Dolce & Gabbana perfume. Not expecting all that, I will say. He went way overboard. That is fantastic. Good for you. And Trisha says her husband is a teacher and he runs 2 robotic leagues at his school. One is Bex Robotics, but the other is First Lego League. We're overrun with Legos at my house. Just make sure that you don't step on them. That's the worst. Stepping on those is terrible. And Mandy Smith, thank you so much for coming in. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. I think it's still good morning for most people, but coming up on afternoon for those of you in the Eastern time zone. So Trisha is dropping the hashtag tribe, which will get Nightbot to go ahead and drop the link to your YouTube channel. So if you'd like to share, please make sure to do that. Okay, Shannon says I lost 60 pounds in 2017-ish, kept it off until COVID, gained it all back. I had the same thing. I lost 80 pounds. No, sorry, 50 pounds in 2019. And was like in great shape, was going to Pilates like 6 times a week. I was just in probably the best shape of my life. And then pandemic hit and everything came back on. So yeah. And here we go. Shannon is taking care of one of our other hashtags, hashtag 3-way. And that will tell you that when it comes to sex at my age, I like threesomes in case one of us dies. Great that everybody is shouting out to each other, which I always love. Hashtag Trisha's fault is not one of my hashtags, Eddie. She's done nothing. No blaming. No blaming. At least that's cracking her up. So we've got that going for us, which is nice. Now, I wanted to also, what's my fault? I don't think anything is, but, oh, shot. Okay, Eddie. Oh my gosh. And Lee is shouting out to Eddie, Eddie saying, hey, back, which is awesome. Lee, I can't wait to see your new stuff coming up with new models and new setups that you've got. So I wanted to also, before I forgot, share with you one of our standards here, which is the Yiddish word of the week. Here we go.
It's time to play a word from Buddy's Cabaret. From Schlepp to Crow, we've got the knack, bringing old school chutzpah back. Say it loud, give it flair, a little Yiddish everywhere. Laugh, learn, maybe even fetch. It's Yiddish word of the week you mensch. So grab a nosh and let's get verklempt in a good way.
There we go, Yiddish word of the week. And this week's Yiddish word is bubby. It means grandmother. And I thought of this since I got to see my granddaughter last night, and she spent the night last night. So I got to play bubby. My, everybody, where did I find that song? AI is a wonderful, wonderful, amazing tool, and I wrote that song. So, yep, bubby is definitely the Yiddish word of the week. So make sure that you try to use the Yiddish word of the week at least once and expand your vocabulary. Okay, should be bubbies. Not hashtag bubbies. No, and Eddie's fault isn't a hashtag either. So there we go. Not boobies, bobbies, bobbies, grandmothers. There we go. You guys are too funny. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I always try to find a Yiddish word of the week that ties in somehow. So Trisha says, one day I'm going to figure out how to make all these fun videos, songs, etc. Trisha, I will share with you the tool that I used. One of the other creators recommended it to me, and I am drawing a blank on the website name right now. But as soon as I think about it, yes, I will definitely share that out via Messenger with you, because I was able to put in like a kind of a little bit of a poem that I wrote, and it came up with the music. You're able to tell it like what style. I want something jaunty and things like that. So yes. And then he says, oh, sorry, I must have been thinking of something else. Puerto Rican words. Okay, no, this is Yiddish words. So that's where we're getting it. So I'm so stinking new to all this, but I love this community. Everyone is so supportive of each other. I absolutely agree. Totally agree with that, Trisha. I only started going live. Thanksgiving was a year. So maybe 15 months ago. So I still feel like I'm a newbie about this stuff, and have relied very heavily on the community to help with tools. I will say that Canva is a phenomenal tool for creating different assets. And Donna, Mrs. OCV is here. Good morning to you, and hashtag Bubby. Love it. Oh, thank you, Eddie. That's it. Suno. Suno is the song producing software. It's a website, and you can sign up for free and produce your own stuff, which I think is fantastic. And thank you for reminding me, because I was having a complete brain fart with that one. So, yep. And I don't know if you can hear, but there is no bell in the background right now. Miss Willow is busy working on a treat, so she is not joining us at the moment. As soon as we start hearing the bell, I will know that she is back. And Eddie is making the recommendations, okay, of Canva, ChatGPT, yes, Pixlr, that's right, and Suno. I have used all of the tools except for Pixlr. I haven't tried that one yet. And yes, Willow is on a break, Eddie. Absolutely. Fuzzy Adventures is here. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming in, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. And this is exactly how to welcome you in. Hashtag tribe. And that way everyone can find you. So great that you are joining us this morning. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. And if you are enjoying the show, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. That way it feeds the YouTube algorithm and my ego. So, which, let's be honest, that's the more important thing. So I was talking about going for discount candy since it's the day after Valentine's Day. I am not going to be doing that because my granddaughter wanted donuts this morning. So after we dropped off Chef Todd at the airport, she and I went to the bakery and picked out like a dozen donuts. So I have already had more sugar today than I normally have in the course of a week. But you know, it was good to spoil the kid. You know, it's my job. It's a Bubby's job to spoil her and get her all hopped up on sugar and then send her home. So yes, not only did she get donuts, but she also got a hot chocolate. So she was definitely jumped up on the sugar this morning. So you are going to be making more channels on your more videos on your channel today. You made some yesterday at your workplace. Very cool. Very cool, Derek. Make sure to share that out. And Shannon says, maybe I'll find some red peeps. You know I love the peeps. I am a sucker for that. Yeah, she could definitely find yellow ones, I'm sure, but I think for Valentine's Day, she was looking for those. Don't know if the bunnies are still out or what they are doing with that. So you're training some animals again today. Oh, very cool. Speaking of training animals, we actually took Miss Willow for her first training class yesterday, and she did very well given that it was her first class. Now, of course, it's the part where you have to take what you have learned in the class and actually reinforce that with the animal and make sure that they have a chance to practice in different rooms in the house, outside, when there's distractions, et cetera, et cetera. So now it's up to me to actually go ahead and make sure that the reinforcement takes place. And since Chef Todd is out of town for the next few days, it falls to me, which we'll see how that goes. So Trisha says her son wanted Munchkin donut holes this morning, so he went and bought a box of 25. He took 24 upstairs with him. I ate one chocolate donut hole. Oh my gosh, that sounds like my granddaughter. She sits there and she took a bite out of like 3 different donuts, and she was just laying claim to donuts as we had the box out. So yes, that is very funny and very par for the course with the kids. So we're cracking Danny up, and Eddie's saying, "Oy vey." Yeah, the kids are funny. The sugar just it doesn't sit as well with me as it once did. So for me to like eat 2 donuts first thing in the morning is not my usual thing at all. And not at all. I mean, I'm not usually eating carbs that early, certainly not eating a lot of sugar that early. So I'm kind of feeling it, and don't think there'll be any sugar in my future for the rest of the day. I think I've had my fill, definitely. So it might not have been heart-shaped candies, but it certainly was a plethora of donuts. So that was amazing. Now, let's get back to our topic. I want to do this kind of post-game analysis of Valentine's Day. And Shannon was asking if she was the only one who was single. So I'm wondering if other people want to chime in with either what they did with their partner, or if they're single, what, if anything, you did for yourself in the way of self-care on Valentine's Day. Maybe go for a massage, or go to get something to eat, or shopping, or buy yourself flowers, or anything like that. There can always be some level of care that we give ourselves, even if we're not in a relationship at the moment with Valentine's Day. The other thing we can do is completely blow it off, because let's be honest, optional holidays. You don't have to celebrate absolutely every single holiday. So Leah's taken off. You're going to start cooking food. You'll see you on the next one of the streams. Thank you so much for being here, Lee. I hope you have a great rest of the afternoon. Take care of yourself. So I am still getting used to time zone differences now that my folks have actually moved to Portugal, and they are 6 hours ahead. So I have to be conscious of that, especially when, like, if I try to place a call or a video call to them, I don't want to be doing it at midnight and waking them or scaring them thinking that something is wrong. So there we go. Now, Shannon's saying, sugar, I had cinnamon roll pancakes last night. They were amazing. Oh my goodness. Love cinnamon roll pancakes. That is a lot of sugar, but that sounds delicious. Oh yeah, Danny, you're right. When you go to Switzerland, you'll be 6 hours ahead. So actually be 7 hours ahead of where I live, but 6 hours ahead from the East Coast. I get it. The time differences play havoc with me. I have family in Arizona where they do not change the clocks. So half of the year I am 1 hour ahead and half of the year I am 2 hours ahead. I have friends in down under in Australia where it is like 18 hours ahead, which totally throws me. But yeah, those time zones can really be tricky. So Trisha ran across a cinnamon roll French toast casserole yesterday. Ooh, I saved it to make it for a special treat for the family on some special occasion, maybe Easter. Okay, I got it, the recipe. That sounds like a delicious, delicious option. I love a casserole. I love a breakfast casserole. So cinnamon roll French toast casserole sounds amazing. So Eddie and Alice stayed home. Alice got Ferrero Rocher cooked chocolates. Then I made empanadas. Oh, wow. Empadillas, sorry, with beef and potatoes, watched TV and relaxed. You went live at 9 until midnight. Got it. And empanadillas are what you guys call empanada. I love it, Eddie. That is too funny. So Danny says, yep, but I'll be in all the morning stuff when we are skiing. So someone's going to have to watch. Oh, yeah, someone's going to have to watch Scott and Eddie for her. You're going to be busy in the mornings. Absolutely. So Valentine's Day was never important to Shannon. I don't actually like the idea that anyone needs a reminder to show that they love someone. It should be done all year. You know what? I agree with that. And I am very fortunate that Chef Todd likes to do just because flowers, which I love even more than Valentine's Day flowers. And Miss Willow is done with her treat, so you can probably hear her bell in the background. Eddie is agreeing with Shannon. So you cooked 12 and you ate them all. Oh, delicious. Delicious. Scott went live yesterday and was a crazy man. Of course he would. He's on a cruise. Of course he's crazy. So yeah, 3-hour live. That's when they do the usual suspects on Saturday night. That's 8 p.m. our time, Shannon. So I'll have to get you turned on to that. And yes, Willow. She is running around. So, yep, 3 hours. They have actually gone longer. They've gone past midnight before. So the show always depends on how long it's going to be. But the usual suspects is great. It is a fun stream with the usual suspects. I was actually tied up, like I said, with my granddaughter last night. So I didn't get a chance to tune in, but it was really great. So Eddie was surprised we did the 3 hours, only 4 of us last night. That's a small group for y'all. And Trisha said she watched for a little bit, but was so tired she could barely keep her eyes open. So you bailed. I totally get that. And yeah, you do always laugh. It always cracks me up. And there's usually 10 on the panel. So that is definitely a small group that you had going. And Danny, you being in the chat does not surprise me. Not in the least. Always depend on you for that. So what else does everybody want to talk about with either Valentine's Day or romance in general? Bin V-Day. What is everybody actually doing today? In Chicago, we are actually unseasonably warm. We are in the 50s today, which in February is an absolute gift. And yes, you are correct that the trip to Helen is coming up in just a few weeks. I am not going to be able to make it to that. I can't travel with that right now. So unfortunately, we're going to have to take a pass on that. And the other thing that I am disappointed about, but it is a reality, is that I have had to back out of the ABCs and U group cruise to the ABC Islands in April. I have a conflict that I cannot get out of and unable to do it. So yeah, I that's a drag. So it's 54, but raining in your area right now, Eddie. We'll try and stay dry. And Danny says, yes, can't wait for Helen to get to meet this crazy man, talking about Eddie. Sharon, good morning or good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. And hopefully next year, that would be a nice thing. So Trisha is going live at 1:30. You need to shower and get presentable, and then watching a live stream of the cruise ship sail away from Port Canaveral. We'll have a great time with that. And also you should make sure that before you leave, you drop #tribe in the chat so everyone can find Trisha Set Sail's channel and watch her live at 1:30. And Danny says, sounds good to me. No worries. And we may come to Chicago this summer too. So I totally get that. The cruising lizard is here saying good afternoon from Liberty of the Seas, Coco K today. It's only 73. Boo-hoo, poor me. We are all sobbing for you, cruising lizard. We are so sorry. It's raining by Sharon also. And Trisha, that's exactly how you do it. Make sure everybody goes over. Excuse me a moment. Willow, what treat? That made her quiet down for a moment. We'll see if it sticks or if she actually comes over and gets the treat. A treat? Come here. There you go, baby. Okay. And Sharon says it's 61 here today. You've got about 10 degrees warmer than we are in the Chicagoland area. But as I said, 50 in February is a gift in Chicago. So I will definitely take it. And I am going to be taking Miss Willow for a walk this afternoon to enjoy the weather. And yeah, enjoy the sunshine because it's not only warm, but it's actually sunny. So it's a win-win all around. And tomorrow's supposed to be a nice day again too. And I don't know about anybody else, but I actually, my company is closed tomorrow in observance of President's Day. And yes, it is supposed to be 62 tomorrow by us, which is going to be amazing. Oh, Trisha, I didn't realize you lived in the same metro area as Eddie, so you've got the same weather. Of course, only makes sense. And yeah, 62 tomorrow, which is like ridiculous and unheard of in February in Chicago, but we'll take it. Absolutely. I'll spend some of the day outside with Miss Willow, and I do have some stuff to do in the backyard. There's some picking up that needs to happen. So, yep. And President's Day is off for you too. Hey, talk to me about getting together. How close is Shannon to you? Very drivable, like 30 minutes. So, yes. And please let me know if you have time, if and when you go to Chicago. That would be fantastic. Yep, they're about 20 minutes away. Yeah, it depends on the traffic, but yeah, it's totally drivable. It's totally nice and close. So, yep. Uh-oh, trouble. Yes, with Chef Todd out of town. So, It'll just be us getting into trouble on our own with Miss Willow. And Danny's cracking up at Eddie. That is par for the course, though. So 26 minutes on GPS right now. Does that mean you're coming over? No, you have plans with your daughter today. Don't taunt me like that, woman. So what are we doing in Chicago? What are we doing in Chicago? I was distracted. Well, I live outside of the Chicago area, so I'm in Chicagoland. So just talking about the fact that it's like 50, 52 here today and sunny. So we are enjoying the weather. And I will tell you right now that I saw people out and about in shorts already this morning, because 50 in Chicago is shorts weather. Chris M., you had a squirrel moment. Danny, that's funny. I love that. Gotta love a squirrel moment. Chef Todd is famous for those squirrel moments. Squirrel. And he's just somewhere else. And you'd be in shorts too. Okay. That's 50 is still not shorts weather for me, but I will say that I was out in a sweatshirt this morning and didn't even feel like I needed a jacket. And like Cheryl has the squirrel moments. Cheryl does have squirrel moments too. I think everybody has squirrel moments. And the older I get, the more squirrel moments I have. So that definitely ties in to my age. So I would like to, I think I'm going to wrap up a couple of minutes early. Oh, so here we go. You fly out of Midway when you travel. Fantastic. We usually go out of O'Hare. I used to go out of Midway when Southwest, that was their only option. But now that they fly out of O'Hare, I usually fly out of O'Hare or Milwaukee, because I am north of the city and about halfway in between Chicago and Milwaukee. So Shannon's saying yesterday it was 50 and I still had a chill because it was cloudy. Today with the sun, I could maybe do shorts. Okay, there we go. And Trisha is going to bolt. Go ahead and get some shower and lunch. That one donut hole did not fill me up. I can imagine that's just about enough food to just really piss me off. So have a great live at 1:30, Trisha. I will do my best to be there and hope that everybody has a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. You were singing Friday at work in your head. Eddie got the dough song Scott made for Eddie. Oh, the Eddie's got dough. Yes, absolutely. And Eddie says he likes O'Hare more than Midway. Midway has expanded quite a bit in the past few years. And Milwaukee is a great airport. I absolutely agree. So let's make sure that everybody has a terrific, terrific afternoon. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you are off tomorrow for President's Day, enjoy the day off. And I will see you all on Tuesday for Level Up Live. Hope you have a wonderful day. Love to everyone. Take care.